Hey guys, I'm back with another opinion video, and I know I haven't done them in a while, but there's two reasons. One, I really don't have a lot of internet access right now with the strike going on with the colleges, which makes it a little hard for me to be A, able to watch what I need to watch, and B, to be able to upload it because I have very little internet at home right now. And the other thing is I'm sick. I haven't been watching a lot. I've been spending a lot of time in my bed just sleeping, which isn't helpful, again, to watching some other shows and thinking about them more than anything. So, first thing I'm going to say is it's about Black Lagoon, which has 2 seasons, an OVA series, and some specials, which are hilarious. But we'll start with, I like Revy and Rock. They are the couple of my dreams for this show. One is refined and is a businessman who turns into not a businessman, and the other one's a gunslinging girl, man. She is epic and badass. And she makes me laugh. And the two of them together, oh, it's a dream come true for a fangirl. And that's definitely what I am. So I watched it subbed. Mostly because I knew that if you watch, I heard through the grapevine that if you watch it subbed, you get more swearing and you get better language and better, and you understand better what they're trying to say. And I definitely agree with that. Plus, I actually like the subbed voices better for these characters than the dubbed. And I did watch a couple episodes in dubbed once I was finished because I wanted to see the comparison for it. And I did enjoy the subbed voices much better. So, first off with Rock. That's not his real name, that's his code name, basically. I can't remember his real name, because you only ever hear it in, like, the first episode. And, yeah. So he was kidnapped, originally, and then turned into cooperation when his home country basically said he was dead and wouldn't accept him back into the corporation. And because of that, he was like, well, shit. Now what am I gonna do? And joins these basically bandits, pirate bandit things that go around and get paid for jobs, which is really kind of cool because you get to do a lot of good adventures. I mean, they're mini 3 to 4 episode arcs, but I mean each season's only 13 episodes. So you get into it, and then that arc ends and you're like, oh, but it's over, what are we gonna do? And a whole nother arc starts. And it's great because it's so much fun to see them go through all these different arcs and see them go through all these different trials and tribulations, and it was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. It was action-packed, it was guns, and I'm not a big fan of guns in the anime because I prefer sword fights. It's just kind of who I am. I prefer to watch people kill each other with swords than with guns. Guns are just way too clean, way too fast. So because of that, I don't usually watch a bunch with guns, but I really did enjoy it, and it was something that I would totally watch again. So it's very political. It's mafia-based. The whole island is basically people from different mafias who are fighting not for the island itself, but fighting to become in control of the island. Rampur, which is what the city is called, and you get a whole bunch of stuff you hear about the Russian mafia and the Chinese mafia and the Hong Kong mafia, and it's just everybody, all these mafias trying to cooperate and also not cooperate at the same time for this kind of meetup. You don't usually see a whole bunch of mafias in one when they're actually trying to cooperate. And they do cooperate to protect their cities. The city, I guess, only. Rampur. But they do work together, and you don't see that very often with mafia, and which made it again a different kind of show a little bit than what you're expecting. And as you think, it's a city of basically deadbeats, of people who are violent. There's a lot of drinking, and there's a lot of shooting up bars. Like this, I don't even know how this one guy's still in business. I mean, they shot up his bar probably 4 times or 5 times in this show, like decimated it. And I'm like, dude, why do you keep your business going here if they're literally just going to decimate it at this point? Like, it's crazy. So basically, as I said before, it's a group of thieves who are being paid to do a bunch of different things. They protect people, they take them out of the city, they kidnap people, they steal goods, they bring in goods to the black market, anything they can basically get hired for, they'll do it. Which makes definitely interesting arcs, different storylines, and really funny. The one thing I did like, though, there wasn't the obligatory beach episode where all you see is boobs and butts bouncing. And the cast is mostly guys for the most part, which is nice. But not like, oh, he's a pretty boy hot kind of guy. No, they're all the rough and rugged ones that you don't usually see too much. And I just love that there was none of the boobs and bouncing of the stupid water scenes, because you get enough of the swimsuit beach scenes in every other show you watch at this point. I mean, this show is rather dark and bloody. It's very convoluted. It's very dark in the sense that they kill a lot of people and that their lives are just dark. They're hopeless. They don't really have, like, they love how they're living, but they really don't have that much to live for. They're not welcome back in their other countries, and they often have cops on their ass. So it's dark that way. I mean, you're really unsure who to root for in this show. I mean, everybody ends up dead. Like, not our main cast, but like, oh, she's dead. He's kind of, oh yeah, he's dead too. It's a lot of that. You think they're cool, or you like how they're going, you like their character, you like what they stand for, and then they're dead. And it's kind of annoying because you feel hopeless, and maybe that's the part of the show that actually does it, but you're going to basically, in your soul, wonder why they made this show if there's no one for you to root for. And that's mostly because they're trying to put you into the sense of what they're feeling in the show, that they want to put you there. They want to put you on that boat with them. And the OVA series, now, I could say a lot about the OVA series. Roberta's Blood Trail. Now, there's this maid that you meet in the actual series, and her name is Roberta, and she's known as the Mad Dog. And yeah, she goes on a killing spree when her master's murdered. Basically flips shit and puts Rampur against the US Army, which then puts the US Army against all the mafias. Which sounds kind of fun because it was really good mini arc. I mean, it was, I think, 5 or 6 episodes. And they were longer, about half an hour a piece rather than 20 minutes. But it was something that you could watch and that you could really start going, oh, that's not going to end well. It's darker even than the rest of the show. And the show's not really dark per se, but it's also darker than most shows are at this point. They're all usually lighthearted and funny. But I mean, I would definitely say give it a watch. The specials are 2 minutes long, and they're hilarious. There's one I remember vividly about how they all changed sexes. So our main character, Rock, wakes up and is running down the hall with long hair and boobs, freaking out because he's got boobs. I mean, he thought he fell asleep drinking, and yeah, well. Those are hilarious. They're not really all that dark. They're just funny at that point, which is something that's awesome to actually see in a dark show, to get some comedy moments. Anyway, that's what I thought of Black Lagoon and its whole franchise. If you guys have anything else you want me to watch, or if there's anything you think that I have seen or you want to hear my opinion on, let me know, and I will try and get to it as soon as I can. Have a great day, guys.